Welcome to Buzz and Babble. Stories from the internet!
Today I messed up by having an itchy butt for 11 months. I had a vasectomy in January of 2024. A few days after the procedure, my butt started itching uncomfortably and unceasingly. At first, I thought it was a side effect of the procedure. Maybe I was reacting to the bandages. Maybe it was the non-stop sitting as I recovered. Or maybe I itched because I didn't shower for a few days post-op. After recovering and settling back into a normal routine, the itching persisted. I tried everything. I started showering twice daily. I outfitted all of my toilets with bidets. I even tried a few different types of creams and ointments. Nothing worked. I Googled my symptoms and got a variety of results. Some sites suggested I might have hemorrhoids, pinworms, or some other butt-related ailment. One helpful forum simply said, "This happens when you turn 40. Your butt starts itching. You just have to deal with it." I resigned myself to having an itchy butt for the rest of my life. Then, over the holidays, 11 months into my affliction, I was scratching my itchy unmentionables and I had a thought. When I had my vasectomy, I followed my doctor's instructions and wore some tight briefs for a few days. Those briefs became part of my laundry cycle, and I wore them regularly. Looking at their tag, they were 20% spandex. Turns out, spandex is a pretty common allergy. I threw out the briefs, and the itching stopped within a few days. I'm now itch-free, and I'm never wearing spandex again. I was resigned to the idea that I was going to have an itchy butt for the rest of my life. And now I can live a clear, itch-free life again. Too long didn't read. My butt was itchy for 11 months. Turns out I'm sensitive to spandex. OP, the fact that you just accepted this as your new reality without consulting an actual doctor is hilarious. We all know that Dr. Google and WebMD send you down rabbit holes, but to settle on the advice of, well, this is what happens when you turn 40 is comical. 11 months, OP. 11. This one comes from r/pettyrevenge. Cab driver rips me to shreds, thinking I can't understand him. But I can. This happened several years ago, a few months after I had moved to Chicago. I had moved there from Romania, where I'd been living and going to school. While I was there, due to my living situation, I had to learn the language fast and thoroughly. Not many people around me spoke English outside the university I was attending. Fast forward to a few months after I arrived in Chicago. Imagine my surprise when the Uber driver I had ordered appeared to have a Romanian name. The area had a lot of Eastern Europeans, so I guess it shouldn't have been so surprising. I was really excited to talk to him and make sure I wasn't getting rusty. Maybe even make a friend in the process. Up pulls the guy. I get in, and he greets me. But he appears to be on the phone with a buddy or a family member. So I just sat quietly in the back, listening in a bit. The person on the other end asked if the driver is getting off work soon. He responded with something like the following. "No, I still have a few hours left. Then I'll go home. Right now I have someone in the car. God, I hate this country. The women here are so fat and ugly. At least this one has a nice chest. But why can't she lose some weight?" And he goes on and on about the problems with me and other American women. I do admit I've always been a bit on the chonky side. And you best believe the Romanians love to comment on it. So I was used to it. But I was a bit shocked that this guy was going off like that, right in front of me. Anyway, I'm just kind of sitting bemused in the back as we near my destination. Then I tell him in Romanian, with all my might trying to pull off the distinct accent of the region I had been living in. "Can you just pull over there on the right?" I swear this guy's head did the Exorcist girl head move, and he turned a shade of red I've never seen. He didn't say anything, just pulled over. When I got out, I said thanks and added, "You're not too attractive. You're also fat, so maybe you shouldn't make comments like that." I have never again reached such levels of self-pride. What a noob. This guy just assumes that no one else understands Romanian. OP, Way to play that Uno reverse card on this D-bag.
Buzz and Babble. Stories from the internet.